During the crack epidemic, entire neighborhoods, entire communities were decimated and destroyed. Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of families torn apart. Heads of households eliminated due to incarceration and or addiction. Some of the incarceration issues stem from the fact that there were mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines,
which created disparities in sentencing for possession of powder cocaine versus crack cocaine. Crack cocaine being more prevalent in black and brown communities.
This epidemic left hundreds of thousands of mostly black and brown children in these same decimated inner cities to stew in the same poverty, same violence, same lack of education, same lack of opportunity, to fend for themselves. And sadly, they were left all alone. We are now on the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren of the crack epidemic. And to this day, these same children are still left alone.
And the only time anyone mentions them is to point fingers at them to say it's a damn shame how crazy these kids are today. But very few ever stop to think or ask why.
Interestingly enough, however, in 2022, the Biden-Harris administration passed an executive order in which they awarded more than $1.6 billion to be allocated to the states through various programs for opioid crisis recovery. Now, I could be wrong. I doubt it. But not a nickel was allocated to any of these broken, torn, decimated communities for a crack epidemic crisis recovery.
Obviously, this is not to make light of the opioid crisis or the severity of it. My heart and my prayers go out to each and every individual and family that has been affected by the opioid crisis. My most sincere condolences go to the families who've lost anyone to this very serious opioid crisis. But from a basic equal protection standpoint, can we get some hearts and prayers and allocations of recovery funds sent out to these communities that were ravaged by and are still reeling to this day from the crack epidemic?
As I mentioned, we will have to save ourselves. We will have to save our own children. No one can and no one will come to save us or do it for us. Obviously, Exhibit C is a serious problem. But let's talk about solutions.